Hello book lovers, welcome to Uncommon Reader. My name is Daniela. This is my last video from California. It's time for me to go back to Italy, but before I do, I want to show you all the books that I received at my arrival and then later on for my birthday this month. And I don't know if I will be able to take them all home, so I thought I'll shoot this book haul and share with you all the titles that are new, and some I probably will leave here. So let's start with this mini edition of The Count of Montecristo by Alexandre Dumas. This is an abridged version, of course. It wouldn't be so little, but it's super cute. I love it. Moving on to The Kites by Romain Gary. Is an author that I discovered maybe more than a year ago, but I really fell in love with his style. And this book begins with a young boy, Ludo, coming of age on a small farm in Normandy under the care of his eccentric kite-making uncle Ambrose. I won't share much about the books, but you know, this one comes with me to Italy, so definitely I will tell you more about once I read it. Happy return, Iris Murdoch, an author whose I have quite a collection of her books, and this is The Italian Girl, a book that I have never read yet. It is a used version, actually, used book. Oh, darling Iris. You know the story of how I got to know Iris Murdoch? Well, I have seen the movie Iris. I don't remember who directed it, but I'll leave the poster of the movie here, starring Dame Judi Dench and Kate Winslet. So I got really interested in this writer. And this book, let's see if we have a little short recap the book. I think I'll just share this. Never has Iris Murdoch handled the elemental stuff of drama with a surer or lighter touch, while opening up like a magician series after series of psychological perspectives. She has managed to establish and maintain the air of high comedy, philosophical and human, that is her trademark and one of the secrets of her craft. Indeed, she is quite an intimate writer and has been a philosopher as well. So her characters are so well defined. Love her. So this book also will come to me in Italy. I might leave behind Robinson Crusoe, but I love this edition. It looks a lot like that sturdy, indestructible books they make for young readers. So should I say anything about this story? I don't think you need to, right? Oh, here's a book that I read already during my time here, The Painted Veil by William Somerset Maugham. And we'll talk about this book a little later, but I think I'll leave it here since I already read it. It's going to stay in my California bookcase. So this is a double because it was on my wish list, but I have purchased it as well while I was in my vacation in Italy at a used bookstore. But I'm really happy about receiving the second edition because it's filled with pictures, and this is my beloved Azar Nafisi with Things I've Been Silent About. So her books are mostly autobiographical, but at the same time, she talks about literature a lot. You know, I've been talking about this author over and over here on Common Reader. You might remember a dedicated video on her Read Dangerously. So if you're curious, go and check it out. I will leave a link and you'll find it in the info box as well. And then, of course, how could I not have on my wish list my adored Jack London? This was actually a surprise for me because it's a play. It's a play in 3 acts. So it's called Scorn of Women, and I share you, it's like a theater play, you know, quite impressive. I just admire Jack London as an author, so versatile. and also this playful style. So I'm debating about this one. I'm not sure I will take it with me because I have so many other Jack London's book at home that I still have to read. Oh, look at this. I was so happy to receive this. Finally, The Women by Kristin Hannah. So I've heard so much about this book. Women is historical fiction at its very best. So moving, so wrenching, and yet in the end uplifting. Yes, this book definitely comes to Italy with me. And as The Lion Women of Tehran of Marjan Kamali, an author that I already know. I've read her previous book in Italian, so I'm not sure I remember her previous book. Oh, here it is, The Stationery Shop, which I really liked. And this is a story of a friendship. And also this book was suggested to me by my dear friend Reney of Beyond Books. So I'm really happy I got it as a gift. So I will read this soon. And here's Daniela from the future. So what happened was that when I was doing the editing, I realized that the clip with the books that I received for my birthday was missing. So you have to know that when I shoot a video, I just shoot brief segments and then I put them together. Just because I'm shooting with my phone, and when I have to airdrop the file on my Mac, I just want to make sure that, you know, the file is not too big. And so, I don't know, I probably accidentally erased, or maybe not even shot at all, the segment that I thought I might. And here I am, because I can't but show you the gifts that I received for my birthday. On the day of my birthday, actually, we went to Half Moon Bay, beautiful Half Moon Bay by the California coast. And we found a independent bookstore where I decided to choose The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. I'm actually listening right now to Mark Twain's Tom Sawyer as an audiobook, in Italian though. But since I am dying to read James by Percival Everett, I know it's related to this book, and I decided to choose this one as a gift. And then I had a certificate, a gift certificate to use, and these are the books I've chosen. I've chosen Rules of Civility by Amor Towles. This is my third read by this amazing author. And it's about on the last night of 1937, 25 years old Katie Content is in a second-rate Greenwich Village jazz bar when Tinker Gray, a handsome banker, happens to sit at their neighboring table. This chance encounter and its startling consequences propel her in a year-long journey towards the upper echelons of New York society, where she will have little to rely upon other than a bracing wit and her own brand of cool nerve. Well, wit I expect from Amor Towles. So another book I've chosen is James Baldwin, Giovanni's Room. In the 1950s, Paris of American expatriates, liaisons, and violence, a young man finds himself caught between desire and conventional morality. David has just proposed marriage to his American girlfriend, but while she is away on a trip, he becomes involved in a doomed affair with a bartender named Giovanni. With sharp, probing insight, James Baldwin's classic narrative dwells into the mystery of love and tells a deeply moving story that reveals the unspoken complexities of the human heart. One of the most brilliant and provocative literary figures of the past century, James Baldwin gives us a groundbreaking novel about love and the fear of love. So this is going to be my third buddy read with Reney of Beyond Books. I think we chose April for that, so correct me if I'm wrong, Reney. I really look forward to read this book, my first encounter with James Baldwin, which lived in Paris for a long time. So See, Paris always comes back to me. I also chose, because Reney suggested, Black Cake. She did this book tag where booktubers were suggesting two books to other booktubers. So I thank her for that. As I showed you before, she recommended me The Women of Tehran, which I already had been gifted with, and then she suggested I read Black Cake by Charmaine Wilkerson. And this is a story in the present day California. Eleanor Bennett's death leaves behind a puzzling inheritance for her two children, Byron and Benny, a traditional Caribbean black cake made from a family recipe with a long history and a voice recording. In her message, Eleanor shares a tumultuous story about a headstrong young swimmer who escapes her island home under suspicion of murder. The heartbreaking tale Eleanor unfolds, the secrets she still holds back, and the mystery of a long-lost child challenge everything the siblings thought they knew about their identities and themselves. And I'll stop here. Another interesting book that I'm actually going to leave here so my boyfriend can read it, because we were both interested and we have too many books for my humble carry-on, is Martyr by Kaveh Akbar. And this is a story of a young man, Cyrus Shams, grappling with an inheritance of violence and loss. His mother's plane was shot down over the skies of the Persian Gulf in a senseless accident, and his father's life in America was circumscribed by his work killing chickens at a factory farm in the Midwest. Cyrus is a drunk, an addict, and a poet whose obsession with martyrs leads him to examine the mystery of his past, toward an uncle who rode through the Iranian battlefields dressed as the angel of death to inspire and comfort the dying, and towards his mother through a painting discovered in a Brooklyn art gallery that suggests she may not have been who or what she seemed. Tough read, but I'm very enamored by Middle Eastern and Old Persia stories, so I'm looking forward to read this one maybe later on this year. A final little book I chose with the gift certificate is Orbital by Samantha Harvey, which is the Booker Prize winner of 2024. I am currently reading this book and loving it. I will definitely dedicate a whole video to this book because it's filled with poetic sentences. I won't say more. Back to regular programming, probably just greetings. There we go. This was my fabulous bounty. What do you think of these books? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching today. Thank you for supporting my channel. I look forward to see you back on Uncommon Reader. Next time it will be from Italy. So take care and happy reading. Ciao.